Hello, welcome to this co-op information session for students in the BBA Math and BBA Computer Science double degree program. My name is Teresa McLaughlin. I am a co-op consultant here at Laurier. Part of my role is supporting our double degree co-op programs. The co-op program is a mandatory component of your degree for students in the BBA Math and BBA Computer Science double degrees with UW and Laurier. You must complete all co-op requirements to graduate in these double degree programs. Participation in co-op allows students to gain hands-on experience to complement your studies. You can gain 12 to 16 months of experience through 3 or 4 work terms. Co-op students at Laurier are given personal attention by a consultant who will support you both during your job search and during your work term. If you are entering year 2 of your double degree program this fall, your first work term will be winter 2026. Students are also enrolled in the Co-op Fundamentals course, which provides academic credit. There are many benefits to participating in co-op. Students have the opportunity to investigate different career opportunities and apply theory from class in real-world work environment. Students are able to assess and develop work-related skills and acquire job search skills. Through participation in the Speaker Series module of the Fundamentals course, and while on work term, students have the ability to network and develop industry contacts. And in addition to obtaining professional work experience, all co-op jobs are paid, which helps finance your education. There are some realities to be aware of as well. There is a financial commitment to participation in co-op. Students pay co-op fees, which we will discuss in more detail shortly. And while employment rates for Laurier co-op students have remained high over the past few years, the economy can change at any time, and this has been making employment more challenging for students in recent terms. There's no guarantee of employment, which can be especially challenging for first work term students. So it means first work term students have to put in a bit more work. Many students may relocate for their work term. As we'll see later, many students secure roles in the GTA. And because students will be off campus on work terms during typical study terms, your involvement in extracurricular activities might be limited. And co-op students are not allowed to request vacation time while on work term. If you do, it will put your status in co-op in jeopardy, and therefore also your double degree. And finally, it will add to your workload, both through participation of the Co-op Fundamentals course, as well as during the recruiting process to secure a job. There are 3 work study sequences that students will select from during their third and fourth work term. You will be provided with more details about the options and make your selection in the fall of 3A. Here, option A only has 3 work terms, 2 in the winter, then a spring after 4B. As you can see as well, fees are applied in the term prior to your work term, with a double fee ahead of the first work term as we begin working with students prior to that term. And the current fee information can be found on our website. Here's option B, and this is the most common and the default sequence for students with 2 winter work terms followed by 2 fall work terms. Here, option C requires special permission because students must specifically acknowledge that they are committed to completing the 4th work term. Because one of the requirements of co-op is that you cannot complete all co-op work terms in the same term. So the fall term is mandatory to meet your requirements. This sequence is most often selected if a student is planning to go on an international academic exchange during 4A. While BBA Math and BBA Computer Science students who are entering year 2 in the fall are automatically admitted to co-op, the process to secure employment is competitive. You will be provided with more detailed information on each step of the process through the Co-op Fundamentals course, but here is a brief overview. At the beginning of the recruiting cycle, jobs are posted through our online system called Navigator. Students will review and apply to the jobs that interest them. Then employers will review student applications, which will include a cover letter, a resume, and a transcript. And the employer will decide who they would like to interview. During the primary round of recruiting, job offers are managed through the rank match process. Students will attend a module in the Co-op Fundamentals course that clearly outlines this process in the fall. In addition to applying to jobs through Navigator, students are also strongly encouraged to conduct a personal job search to supplement their opportunities. Our rank match period may be scheduled during the fall reading week, so students must be prepared to review and submit their rankings on time during this period. I mentioned earlier that all co-op work terms are paid opportunities that can help finance your education. This chart shows the average salary scales for first work term students across several industries, including government, financial institutions, accounting, and capital markets. This chart shows the many types of jobs BBA Computer Science and BBA Math double degree students have worked in. Many of the students in these programs will pursue technical roles, including software development, while others will pursue jobs in the functional areas of business, including sales, marketing, and supply chain. Others will work in fields that blend both programs, like actuarial and business analysts. As you can see, there are a variety of jobs students in the BBA Math program have done on work term. Students have worked in many industries, including insurance, banking, capital markets, and consumer packaged goods, in many types of roles, including finance, accounting, sales interns, and actuarial, as well as many others. Then here's a quick snapshot of some of the job titles BBA and computer science co-op students secured for their employment. Employers from a variety of industries hire double degree students, including technology, banking, accounting, consumer packaged goods, and consulting and insurance. In terms of job location, as you can see from this chart, more than 50% of students will work in the GTA. Many students will work in Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, and Guelph area, and to a lesser extent, students will work in other areas of Ontario, out of province, or internationally. Our co-op policies and requirements are outlined in the co-op admission conditions, which students agree to upon admission to co-op, as well as in the co-op fundamentals course. And I will highlight a few of these important policies here. Students must be available during the primary rank match round of recruiting for interviews on campus, as some employers do choose to interview in person. Students must accept any position they secure through the rank match process. If you apply to jobs in the rank match process, you are committing yourself to the outcome of the process. Students are required to participate fully in the co-op fundamentals course, the job posting process, work term visits and reports, as well as back to campus meetings. Please be sure that you are using your Laurier email account and checking it regularly for messages, as this is the primary form of communication by the co-op office. Please refrain from helping students who are not in Laurier co-op obtain access to co-op job postings. It is very important to note that co-op students must always be enrolled in full-time studies, which is at least 4 courses during each designated study term in order to be eligible for co-op. Students should be aware not to get too far ahead in their studies, such that you do not have a full-time course load remaining towards the end of your sequence, because you must maintain that full-time status. To reiterate what I just mentioned, co-op students must be enrolled in full-time study, at least 4 courses each academic study term, including the terms after their last work term, in order to meet the requirements for co-op. You should be aware not to work too far ahead in your studies, as you must maintain this full-time status. Clearly, this is very important. We've mentioned it a number of times. So just be sure that you're not working too far ahead over the summer and overloading during your course term, your study terms. There's no need to overload. You can get things done as prescribed by your program. So if you need to drop the double degree, the only point of entry for co-op is at the beginning of the fall term in year 2. Students who have withdrawn or who have been removed from the double degree program, who register in the BBA program at Laurier, may not continue in co-op unless you are successful in the competitive co-op admission process at the beginning of second year. This is outlined in the applicable co-op education section of the academic calendar. If you have completed at least 1 work term and you transfer to a single degree program other than the BBA program, you will need to consult with UW's co-op office about your eligibility to continue in co-op. If you are a co-op student and interested or pursuing a leave of absence for co-op will be approved only on exceptional basis related to serious medical issues or death in the family. For third-year students, this means taking a leave of absence in the fall for a year, returning in sequence for 3A in the fall. During the leave of absence, students may not represent themselves to employers as being eligible for co-op work terms, and a maximum of 1 credit may be taken during each term of a leave of absence. Also, double degree students who fail to meet progression requirements for year 3 by August 31st must correct deficiencies by December 31st. Those who fail to meet requirements for 3A in the fall must forego the winter work term for your second work term and complete 3A in the winter instead. Then you would complete 3B in the spring. Then you would complete work term 2 in the fall instead of what would be your third work term, followed by 4A and B in the winter and spring, and a final third work term in the fall before 5A and 5B. You may be wondering how you can prepare now for recruiting for your first work term. We strongly encourage you to participate in activities that will build your resume for the competitive job search process. As mentioned earlier, this spring is an off term, so it's a great opportunity to secure work and volunteer experience. Students are encouraged to participate in extracurricular activities, especially with leadership roles. You can find jobs posted to Laurier students for the summer on Navigator's career portal, as well as through job search websites like Indeed and LinkedIn. If you are a visa student, please ensure that you are watching your Laurier email for information from our office in March regarding applying for your co-op work permit. Be sure you begin the process as soon as you hear from our office, because it can be lengthy and you may not be eligible to go on work term if you have not secured a work permit. So if you have any questions, rather than seeking information from other sources, get accurate, up-to-date information from the co-op office directly. If you have any questions regarding double degree co-op, please reach out to me. Here's my email address. I'm happy to help, and I'm here to work with your students in your program. Thanks very much. And any questions, again, please reach out. I'm happy to help.